Cancer, this is going to be your weekly tarot reading from Rogue Mystic Divination for October 20th through the 26th. I know I am day late, but I'm still going to draw for Sunday, as I believe that energy is going to carry through the week, and I'm also going to be doing this reading a little bit differently. Instead of 3 cards, I am going to pull 1 card for every day, plus an additional card to tie all the energy in together for the week. And here we go. For Sunday, we have the 9 of Wands, 8 of Wands, 8 of Wands. Even if you find that you are stuck in some negative thoughts right now, it may feel like that it's correct because this is how you've been taught to deal with things and been taught to go through situations like this. And if you feel like you've been entrapped or that you're stuck in a victim mentality, there is at least one lesson, one way of thinking, one way of acting that's going to get you out of this spot where you feel like this. You just have to work through some kind of emotional blockage that you've been dealing with, and whenever you actually acknowledge that blockage and walk through it, it's going to help you break through that mental block. That was for Sunday the 20th, and this is going to be for Monday the 21st. You have the 9 of Cups, and focus, thank you. 9 of Cups in reverse, so even if you get something that you want today, you may not get it in the way that you wanted to get it, or if you're looking for something more emotional, some kind of more emotional acknowledgement, you may end up getting a present instead, a bouquet of flowers, and someone thinks that that's good enough, or that's the answer to fix a problem that you may have been having. You won't have an issue with being happy without anybody else. You do still have your own focus, you have your own goals that you're setting and completing, and you don't need to share that with anyone. So while this is the wish card in reverse, you are actually satisfying your own wishes that don't require anybody else's assistance, and you don't really care about their approval either. I could almost feel like you're indulging in your solitude and being able to get all of this done that you've been putting off because you had somebody else to deal with, or you had somebody else's issues to deal with. Because there always may seem like there's somebody else to help and somebody else you need to focus on, but this could also be a wish that gets granted in private, in silence, that nobody else knows about. For Tuesday, we have the Ace of Wands in reverse, so it looks as though somebody else may end up coming in and affecting you in such a way, or there's something else that ends up coming in that you have to... This could be a surprise pregnancy. Something else coming in to delay you or stop you from starting a project, like you thought you had resources lined up, or you went to go and try to acquire said resources, but in trying to acquire these resources, you realize it's not going to be as easy as you thought it was. If you work with somebody else, you could find that you get saddled with the work of somebody else that they either quit or they got fired, and now you're expected to take on that workload. And Wednesday, you have something a passion project that you were working on, but it is stagnated or it's exactly where it needs to be, and you may be done working on it. Because this wand over here looks like it's in a bracket. So it is where it needs to be. It's done what it needs to do. And now you're still holding on to this other passion project that you may be utilizing as like a sighting stick or guidance to where it is that you need to go next. You're definitely departing from something that you find familiar and comfortable, but you're progressing through things, and you know that it's time for you to go and move on to something different and unfamiliar. These could end up leading you to a new relationship, or you could be moving towards somebody. And for Thursday, you may have been too guarded, and even though you've been presented with choices to make, no choice is also a choice. It is often one, however, that will grant you no progress, no acceleration, no lessening of burdens, unless somebody else decides that they're going to come in and take something from you. Whenever they take something from you, they're not only going to take the burden, they're going to take the blessing of that thing. Either way, it looks like you will have to make a choice, and either way, you're going to be giving up something that you either find comfortable or familiar, and as much as you want to blind yourself to that, you're still going to be wondering if you made the right choice or not. And Friday. Remember that as much as you may want to resist change, it's not really asking you if you're okay with it. Change is going to happen. It's just whether or not you want to go along for the ride, or if you want to sit there and keep trying to put the brakes on while it's happening. It's going to happen anyway. It's just going to happen slower. It's going to happen with you exhausting yourself trying to stop it, and you really might be better off just accepting what change it is that you want to happen. And coming after the Two of Swords, that just seems to reiterate that. You have enough information to make this choice, but you may need to change your perspective on which choice it is that you find to be favorable, because if you actually look into it and see all sides of the pros and cons of each choice, it's likely that you'll change your mind on which one is more favorable to you in the long run. Also, fearing change is not going to make it go away. Adding fear to your vocabulary or adding fear to a situation or a choice is changing it. But it's changing it to a place where you may end up stagnating and refusing to see the reality of a situation. It will end up triggering you to personally transform how you handle things like this and what exactly it is that might be going on. And with death facing to the left, it could just be that you're ending something from the past that you may not have fully let go, but now you're not just ignoring the phone calls. You're changing your number and you are not adding that contact to your new phone number, to your new phone. You're totally killing all connection to something from the past so that it can't come back up unless it makes a very strong effort to involve itself in your life. And with that, anything that it does is intentional and polarizing for you, because it'll just prove your point. And this is for Saturday. The King of Swords. So with the King of Swords, you have more power than you're letting on. And it could be because of this separation that you're just totally solidifying for you. Yeah, it just does. It feels like there is somebody that was manipulating you and coming in and out of your life, and you have decided no more. And they may not find out about that you've changed your number, you've moved addresses, you've privated all of your information, and they don't know where you went. They don't know where you've gone, and it's none of your business. And you certainly are not going to be reconnecting with them to let them know. And this is the energy for tying everything together for the week. It's the Queen of Swords. And I don't think this is you. I think this is how you're being perceived by other people. You have things to do. You're going to get them done. You're going to get what you want. And you may end up fulfilling some wishes that other people were keeping you from because they didn't see the purpose in it. It's your wish. It's your life. If that is what you want and you want to put the time and energy into it, that is up to you. There is no reason for them to be dictating everything in your life, every movement, every twitch that your body makes, every observation that your eyes make. Is none of their business. And if you lack any motivation at all this week, it's going to be because other people seem to be coming in and throwing a wet towel on what it is that you're doing. Because they happen to see a tiny little piece of it and they don't understand it. Because you decide to bite back or tell them it's none of their business and they need to go and get a hobby, they may end up seeing you as a crazy person. Okay, I'm just going to say it, a crazy person. Like, oh, well, you never reacted like that before. I was just trying to have a conversation. I was just trying to be involved in your life. Excuse me. And it's too little too late. And it's not only is it too little too late, it's the wrong way. It's the wrong vocabulary. It's the wrong actions. And if they have been trying to pry into your life to find out what it is that you're doing, it's been quite evident to you for a while. And this choice that you make if you make a choice to cut somebody off and out of your life, or at least out of your daily life, that's what's going to make them feel like this. It doesn't even feel like they're codependent. It just feels like they're constantly watching, constantly observing what it is that you do, like you're an animal in a zoo. And you've made the choice to not be an animal in a zoo anymore. So anyway, this week, Cancer, that is going to be it. And I don't have any more cards flying out for you or anything. So you have a great week. And overall, it just seems like this is going to be a week of doing things that you have felt that you needed to do for a while, and putting the needs, wants, and desires and plans of other people to the side. Don't be afraid to take steps to satisfy what it is that you feel like you need to do for you, and hang in there, because you will encounter obstacles and people standing in the way, but you're going to anyway. It doesn't matter what your sign is. It doesn't matter where you're at in life. Somebody's always going to decide that they're going to try and edge their way in or do something. So and that was a great little vision. Just like, I just saw a woman standing there and being like, I don't care that you're in my way, and shoving someone on their butt. I've got things to do, and you're not keeping me from them. Okay, please remember to like and subscribe if you stayed for this entire reading. Thank you very much. Everything helps the channel right now. And I don't know how many times I could say like and subscribe, but there we go.